Hey everybody, clearing. This is appetite. All right. So let's get into what does the divine masculine see going forward? What do they wish to have happen in this connection going forward? I was getting a lot of nostalgia. Oh, look at that. That's the King of Swords. I was called to look at the bottom of the deck. There's a bubble of protection and not really going for things and not really being defensive, but just staying neutral. So there's a great deal of objectivity, taking a step back, surveying what really is, not pushing an agenda, but no longer running. So in the energy, it feels like they're taking a good, clear overview and weighing out what has happened, what they want to see. Let's get into it though. So thank you, Divine Creator, for using me as a channel of only the highest, most beneficial information coming through. I'm laughing because now we have two kings on the bottom of the deck, and I'm really getting that the masculines are looking at all other competition, whether that's past people for you, past versions of themselves with other connections, any current people that might be in your orbit, any fears about people that might come in and swoop you away from them, divine feminines. They are really aware of what they stand to lose. That's a very interesting message here. Okay, what are the emotions connected with the visions the masculines are mulling over, considering the information that is dancing in their heads like sugar plum fairies right now? What is the real world advice for the feminines regarding what we're going to see? So practical advice. Ooh, I just saw the Queen of Swords now in the inverse. We saw the King of Swords, and now we've got the Queen of Swords showing up here in the inverse. So it's almost like you're not meant to know. Let your masculine take the lead. Let these beautiful masculines tailor their future plans for your connection. Let them step up. Believe it, allow it, give space for it. Let it happen. Okay, here we go. Conscious mind about what they want for the connection in general. Ooh, the King of Cups now. So what haven't we seen? We saw the King of Wands, the King of Swords, here's the King of Cups, and the King of Pentacles. So that would be the actual husband card or life partner, the offer, the proposal, the real life meld. So for the connection in general, they've got it like up to here with how much love and emotion has been welling up, waiting for you, feminines. Wow. So that can mean a couple things. That you've got something going on your side of the energy where they feel like they've had to love you unconditionally at a distance and not sway your actions, your process, your path because they want you so badly. They've had to withhold, like they're floating in how much emotion they've got here. This is a very sultry, like watching you kind of vibe as well. So something you've done recently may have really brought their emotions to the forefront as well, or also helped temper their emotions. I'm getting the sense that they've really seen you for who you are in some regard. And through this connection, they've actually gotten to know you. They've actually been able to read you. They've never taken the time to see someone so deeply at a distance, with patience, with kindness, with spaciousness before. So yeah, it's showing them things that they've never thought about regarding anybody else. They're actually seeing somebody for who they really are outside of their own, I want to say, self-absorbed vision of themselves. In many instances, in karmic situations, we can't see beyond our own nose. And it's all about the imbalanced codependent energy. there's this very sober, very somber, very sincere take on who you are, feminines. What is the emotion with that? Ooh, acceptance in the inverse. This says, I am learning to accept the things I cannot change. So they want to take accountability. They want to change your life, I just heard. So regarding the connection, they have been watching, waiting, wishing, learning. They are accepting that you are their person. They can't change that. The more they see you, the more they know it. The more they know it, the more they want to change your life. They want to change their life. They can't make up for the past or the things that you chose that weren't this, but they can make it better going forward, and they intend to. I just heard. What is the advice for the feminines? Ooh, Empress. It's in the inverse though, so when you least suspect it, keep being you, keep smiling. You don't know who's falling in love with you. This is the glow up set to happen. So we often hear on these conscious love journeys that we're meant to let go of the person, the expectation, and really come into unconditional love. This is giving me that feeling, Empresses, that you are just unassuming and not necessarily resigning that this masculine isn't going to come forward, but really not hypervigilant, waiting for it, watching for it, just letting it be. You know, like you're really getting to a beautiful internal balance where you're good, feminines, and it looks good on you, and you're masculine. That's maybe actually, you know, you dropping it, not needing to prove it or push for your masculine to prove it. There's, even beyond what you've said and done, there's a frequency you're emitting where your masculine knows that this is it. I do feel there's a clock ticking. They know that if they let you go any further, I can barely say it, that they know they'll probably lose you. There is a spiritual law running in these connections, and these masculines know they can only go so far before you would disconnect for good. And they admire you for being the strongest person they know. I want to say that, feminines, because you love them so unconditionally. It's not that you're not fighting for it. It's that if they don't want to come forward, you're going to let them. They know you love them unconditionally, Empresses. And this is something that they're never going to find anywhere else like this. And these masculines are aware of it, and they are in awe. Okay, what do these masculines want to do about you? I heard a problem like Maria. 8 of Swords, they're all up in their head. So yeah, they feel kind of at the mercy of circumstances here. So they don't have a clear game plan. So they feel like they're between a rock and a hard place, whether that's circumstances on your side or on their side, feminines. They don't really know what they're going to do about bridging between the two of you. Humor in the inverse. I choose to focus on the lighter side of life. Yeah, they wish they could. Like something is just overwhelming them right now. I'm hearing frustrated, like they can't get to you soon enough, and they know they can't rush. There's something where they feel like their hands are tied. I'm actually going to pull some clarifiers for the masculines here and give you some advice, masculines that might be watching this. What can these masculines do to get out of their heads about feeling like they don't stand a chance? Okay, there's something about the guilt and shame about things that haven't worked out in the past and the way it looks in the 3D. Forgiveness, masculines, this is your guilty conscience. Everything happens for a reason, right on time, and there's a season for everything. So forgive yourself. All of it has been this divine cup of love being offered to you. The single Ace of Cups is unconditional love, and this in the 4 of Cups is handed from the divine to this person, saying not all is lost. It's all been my love. The divine is saying it's been love all along. So masculines, if you're all up in your head about how you've handled this connection in the past and how you fumbled it and all of that, it's not necessarily the whole truth and nothing but the truth. The divine is saying it's been instructional. I heard my plan all along that certain things needed to play out. Absence makes the heart grow fonder. And when you see how things could have been different, but it wasn't, that's when you actually learn the lesson and you know better. If you hadn't gone through these opportunities where you feel genuinely like you've missed it, where you've dropped the ball, where you weren't in strong energy, it makes you want to do better. And so masculines, instead of beating yourself up for not having been perfect right away, this is saying that desire for you to do better is why you were led to go through these opportunities where you weren't ready. You didn't do it the way you do it now. And that's what you need to focus on, not the guilt and shame for not having been ready sooner. Wonderful message. What can we see for the feminines? Yeah, this is the King of Pentacles that we said we didn't see yet. So in the inverse, this is the foundational process by which someone becomes genuinely commitment ready. So feminines, just know it's a work in progress and it's right on track. What can we see for these masculines? What do they wish on the heart space regarding the connections? Queen of Pentacles, that is the king and queen here, the husband and wife, take gender how it resonates. So yeah, what do they want? They want to make you theirs. I want to make you mine. I heard, like, for real, for real, for real. They want to connect with you. Success. I know there is no greater goal than love. So, you know, if it's the last thing they do, they want to love you. That's it. On their heart space, that is what they feel is really what really matters now. Wow. And feminine. So we got the world here also in the inverse. We got the Empress, we got the masculine. I mean, this screams when you least suspect it. Proposal, connection, deepening the connection. Yeah, so just, you know, relax and be yourself, feminines, act normal, pretend you didn't see these cards. It really does feel like it's just a matter of time. Sometimes the world for me can represent coming up to New Year's, the end of a calendar year, one revolution around the sun. Even though it's not the sun card, I get this calendar year, the earthly calendar year. It feels like before the end of the year, there's some show of love that the masculines want to offer that you're not expecting, feminines. And it has to do with really exhibiting, showing love, stepping up in some way. What can we see for these masculines? Heart of hearts for their feminine. Twin flames, two of flames. There may be a distance right now. They're starting to see some kind of an overview. This is also the passion, the life purpose for each. They may be seeing the two of you standing out amongst the whole world, that you share a purpose. They may be having that purpose illuminated to them. Many times on this journey, the feminines get visions of how the two would align for a greater purpose, larger than life, a global influence or a cosmic destiny. So these masculines might be getting those downloads on the heart space and abundance. Okay, so they are seeing that your life purpose is aligned, that the two of you are so similar in some kind of zest. I heard zest and zeal, A to Z, abundance to zeal, zest. This says, I'm a limitless being and I can manifest whatever I desire in this physical reality. They see you as also able to do that, like overcome all the struggles of the world and really thrive, really be in that abundance. What can we see for the feminines? The Chariot, also in the inverse. Wow. So, you know, things are moving forward behind the scenes. We saw the masculines working on the Three of Pentacles, the 3D here, and really clearing energetically so that they can blow open the gates of matter, the gates of the material realm, and feel like they can hold a candle to what they would like to manifest, not what they haven't in the past, what they've sabotaged or what they perceived they've sabotaged. So feminines, things are set to go forward. I've been saying for years, it's going to be when life purpose aligns, when people know themselves well enough to actually be stepping out in service, when they have overcome their own struggles sufficiently where they can actually give back. That is when they know themselves well enough to know what they're looking for in love. And that is when they can choose effectively and understand the resonance of who is aligning with them and whether that is in their for their greater good or not, for the greater good of the couple or not. And so I do see that kind of alignment coming in here, but it is a prerequisite before things can move forward. This needs to come into establishment in our own right so that it makes sense to come together so we don't lose ourselves in the pursuit of our higher calling. It's not impossible to get there once we're already in a romantic relationship, but it is a very sacred process for the individual, and it makes sense that laying that foundation before coming together in a full romantic union, it in some ways it is less encumbered, and in some ways there can be a more fulfilling or full pursuit of it prior, and then that foundation is set, and then it can kick up to the next notch. What can we see for these masculines, what they want to manifest? Okay, the shadow and envy. Wow, so they do want to overcome jealousy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. So these masculines are really looking at what has held them back, their shadow side, their imposter syndrome. They're taking a very honest look at where they feel they have fallen short, but they are clearing out the, I heard cobwebs, clearing out the missed opportunities and the regret. It's like they're learning to have no regrets, and instead of having regret, they're looking at ways that they can reimagine the past so that they don't feel like they or others are blame or victim. That's what I'm getting there, is that they're really allowing themselves the ability to transcend that abandonment wound or the eye for an eye or the competition or lack things. They really want to manifest that. When they can come up and out of that first person, they can also feel like they can trust themselves to be balanced in relationship with you, feminines, and not be triggered, not be insecure about aligning with you. And we get the moon. So this is hidden from you. They have hidden their volatile energy, their imbalanced energy, their insecure energy, these weaknesses, their perceived weaknesses. They have kept this from you. So when your masculine has dipped off the radar or gone into their own energy, they have been protecting you from seeing them as weak or vulnerable in these ways. They want to be your protector. They want to be man enough, masculine enough, provider, stable. Again, take gender how it resonates, but they want to be able to create that safe container for you, feminines. And so this is, until they establish that, until they are competent with it, it's been hidden from you. They've taken a step back every time they've been challenged, or they have found your edges so that they know where they need to grow and step into it. You have inspired them many times, many steps of this process when you've catalyzed each other. Whenever you've come together and then you've gone apart, you've come more into your feminine energy and softened, and your masculines have come more into their stability and stepped up a little bit more. It's a beautiful thing I'm feeling here. What are the actions these masculines are desiring to take? 8 of crystals. They want to work on it all. There's a crop circle in this crystal, and this is talking about the cosmic path, the higher calling. So they may have established these towers in the physical, and now they're taking what they've learned from their life experience, and they want to take it to a new, more broad, like almost like a sphere of influence beyond where they have already focused. They're taking it further. So whatever they've learned, they're realizing they really do have a unique perspective. They have a different vantage point. They have an overview, a cosmic kind of way of looking at things that isn't common, that might be unique to them. Their particular brand, their particular aesthetic, their particular set of priorities. They now see how it could just work. And fear, I realize that I'm testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. When we're authentic, we can live in the energy of love because we actually believe in what we are. And that's what I see here. I see these masculines understanding the remedy for fear is authenticity. We're only afraid of things when we're not in our truth, when we don't have a clear conscience, when we're, sinning, when there's just cause to be insecure or vulnerable, when we leave ourselves open for that by being lower vibrational, then the things that can come in to test us do have a shot at overwhelming or overpowering us. But when we're righteous, when we're leaning into source energy, when we're abundant, when we're whole, that stuff doesn't stick. And these masculines are understanding the components of how they have gotten themselves up and out of that suffering. Wow. What do the feminines need to know? Son of Cups, that's a love offer. This is the best of them. We just saw that the masculines have hidden this struggle from you because they want to be your masculine. They don't want you to see them that way. Other people, their parents, their confidants, their karmic partners, trauma bond, may have gotten those things to no end. But these masculines want to be seen by you as your protector, your provider, your partner, your equal. Wow. So conversation in your connection, communication, because this Knight of Cups is a messenger. The Knights and Pages communicate in all the suits. They interact, they exchange. And so they want to connect with you more deeply on this level. So if they've been leveling up since you met them and keeping you at arm's length, it's because they have been meeting you in an energy of mutuality when they have been on that level where they felt to share. But they've been keeping back because there's a lot more that's been going on than they have wanted to share with you, because they want to give you the best. They want you to be the one that gets the best aspects of them. And I see that they are getting ready to start showing you that more and more, feminines, as they find themselves, as they come up out of struggle, as they step onto their purpose. They know that bit by bit they're going to start including you more in that, because the two of you are going places, baby. I just heard. So, oh my gosh, I owe you so much because of the inspiration you've been in my life. I'm just hearing these masculines saying they have not told you how inspirational you really have been, and how deeply they've made choices because of who you are in their life and what they've seen you, your energy, do in this world. You have really helped them, feminines, and they want to repay you for the rest of your lives, I just heard. And so it's going to be starting where they're going to acknowledge, they're going to include you in what excites them. They're going to give you tip-offs of what they're up to. Yeah, you are the one that they want to share these things with. What is their biggest challenge at this time? Ooh, the Tower and having gratitude. So something might be happening to push them off their rocker. I just heard there's a person falling from this tower, and that's a big lightning bolt, like something. So these masculines do want to step into, they want to clear the shadow. They want to step into their highest potential. And this is like overnight life-changing stuff. So something may have recently occurred or is about to occur in these masculines' lives that's a blessing in disguise. With gratitude in the inverse, sometimes we don't see these tower moments as necessarily wanted at the time that they happen, because it blows us into uncharted territory instantly. And we're left grappling with, what do we do now? They will, in time, see this as a profound blessing. As big as it feels uncertain, once they see the love and the truth and the divine hand in it, that is the amount of gratitude that they will end up having for whatever is challenging right now. I am thankful for this life and the opportunities that it presents. So something hasn't gone to plan. They are shocked, unnerved, unbalanced by some angle of something that has just happened that they did not expect. What do the feminines need to know about this? Magician. Adversity necessity breeds innovation. Is that what the saying is? It feels like these masculines are going to be thinking on their toes, and they have everything they need here. A little bit of everything to draw on. They are up for this. But on my table, this is looking away from the masculines right now. So feminines, again, you may not be privy to whatever this is. Trust, your masculine has got this. And whatever this thing is that they're dealing with right now, it is ultimately for the greater good. But this is a rite of passage for them to come into their own, because they're going to have to draw on strength and resources that they have never had before. I'm going back to the devil, the shadow here. That's the devil card. Whatever is happening here goes hand in hand with them overcoming their life karma, their last frustrations and triggers, clearing that slate. It's like instantaneous. When they clear the slate, this tower falls. This is the tower of the old careers. This is a card of work. Eight of Pentacles can be specialization in work and taking things to the next level. But a lot of times this is the tower, that needs to fall to really take things to the next level. And so the illusion might be that this is a undesirable tower, but I'm seeing that whatever it is right now, and masculines, if you're watching this, don't forget to be in gratitude, because this does seem to be what you've asked for going forward. What can we see as what are we on, the solution? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, this is the solution to this challenge. Isn't that funny that the tower, not funny, but the tower is in the challenge position. Oh, no way. And then we get divine feminine as the solution. So masculines, it is time to align with your feminine. I'm just going to say that right off here. Your feminine is so connected with the voice of the divine. Crown chakra lit. Like, your feminine is likely praying for you right now. So feminines, pray for your masculines. Channel your life force energy. Whatever your masculine is going through right now, they really need your connection to source, your center. You don't want to be adding insult to injury by being volatile and all over the place. Stay in this Om energy. Hold the light. And we get forgiveness. So something about the masculines forgiving the feminines here, and forgiving others so they can come forward to the feminines. So masculines, you're going through a rite of passage here, some major tower that's going to make you see your feminine in a different way, and those around you in a lasting and remarkably different way. So whether you need to forgive people, places, things, family members, mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts, uncles, past lovers, anybody you need to forgive right now so that you can align more with your feminine, because this is your match. This is who the divine has paired you with energetically for this greater purpose. We got the Two of Flames. We got this shared mission that's emerging on the planet. And whatever this tower moment is right now, as your final test of mastery, it's going to bring you out of the world and into alignment with the higher calling. It's going to bring you away from karmic relationships and into divine relationships. And it has to do with forgiveness, whether that's you forgiving how you assessed your feminine in the past, forgiving yourself for dropping the ball in times in the past or thinking you did, forgiving other people who have swayed you away from your feminine. This says, I acknowledge that harboring resentment blocks the flow of love. So you may have missed out on coming closer to the feminine. I'm feeling that whatever this tower is, it used to be associated with the reasons you told yourself, masculines, you weren't supposed to, or a match for your feminine, or supposed to love this person. And you're going to have to forgive yourself and others and the projections onto your feminine that kept you at bay. It feels like that's the solution. It feels like resentment all around, hardened heart. Your hardened heart was preventing you from coming forward to your feminine. And now your heart is cracking open and your material realm is quickly transpiring to push you in the direction of your feminine. What do the feminines need to know here? Wow, the card of free will in the position I love to see it in. So the Five of Swords is sometimes the taking the easy way, taking the shortcuts, undermining, winning at all costs. In the inverse like that, I'm not holding it up because it's got worms in it, because it can be kind of gnarly. It's about taking accountability in how you're perceiving things. So it's not that your masculine didn't love you. It's literally that they had to have a crash course in energetics, and all the things falling away right now are not a fit energetically for them, but you are, but they couldn't come forward. So don't harbor resentment against your masculine for harboring resentment for people, for them harboring resentment for people, places, and things that kept them from loving you or admitting the love or aligning with it. You have got to have unconditional love and forgive them for not having been at this stage sooner. I feel like I'm getting deja vu. But this is happening in the energy right now. So masculines hold the light, feminines hold the light. Feminines, pray for your masculines. What can we see? What do these masculines want going forward? Alchemy, yeah. So the message is to leave the world, leave the karmic scenarios, drop the resentment for people, places, and things, forgive, and now alchemize with the feminine. Alchemize as couples. So masculines, yes, they are wanting to have this alchemy with their divine counterpart. Feminines, you have to drop the resentment. They didn't show up in a certain way sooner, and really pay attention to the red flags, but drop your heart walls as they drop their heart walls, as they see the light. Allow them to come in and make each step on solid foundation. Alchemical process takes both sides of the energy. And then we have grief in the inverse. I understand that losing something is an opportunity to appreciate it. There is a lot of grounding and sacral energy here. A lot of this orange color and root color. So we're learning to let go of the things that don't authentically feel good and alchemize as a way of life and an example into the world, a testament of what is righteous, alive, life-affirming, healthy, good for us. The goodness is becoming the way. What else can we see? Okay, the heartache. So this grief, this is the healing. This is the repair. This is the coming home. Saying I'm sorry. This is sobbing, heartfelt processing and releasing all the things that are hellish. Putting them down and saying no more is what I just heard. So feminines, that means not clinging to those who can't meet you in this energy, being done with it. You're not abandoning someone to say no more and to just focus on your righteousness. Masculines, your divine feminine is not going to eye for an eye say screw off if you come forward and you have your heart bare in this righteous way. It's no kind of divine feminine if they do that to you and you are genuinely coming to them ready for this level of love. Beautiful. Okay, let's see an archetype card. Last card. Woo. Nice. We get the River. Oh, I opened right to it. I love it when that happens. Oh, there is a reason so many rituals of change and rebirth, regeneration, rebirth, take place in the river. It is forgiveness embodied. Beautiful. In physical form, without asking anything in return, the river washes away what is no longer necessary, smoothing over sharp edges and accepting all our mistakes and grievances. Once we step in, we are no longer in control. The river carries us further down the stream of transformation than we plan to go. And that we go further together. Its waters have a special gift for reflecting back to us a new and dreamlike vision. Once the tears have passed, what did I just say about the grief and the seeing the light and the tower moments and the I'm sorry, you're the last person I wanted to hurt. You're the one that's for me. I see that now. The other people weren't on my team. Wow. Ooh. Keep in mind, hang on. Hold up. Once the tears have passed, we see ourselves as we haven't before, with a little more lightness, grace, and fluidity. Keep in mind the you that stands within the river is the real you, full of deep emotion and potential, nothing to hide, nothing to judge. You may drink in the sight of your true self. Whew. This dude looks like they're standing in the river. All right, that sounds like, looks like, smells like, tastes like, feels like the masculines getting in touch with their authentic self and their emotions. For real, for real. Okay, much love, everyone. Bye for now.